The only Canadian team to be in playoff contention at American Thanksgiving visits the Fortress tonight. As the Ottawa Senators come calling, VGK tries to get back on track after going 1-2-2 in its last 5 home games. We will give you our primer next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi again, everyone, from Las Vegas. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting. Thanks for making us your first listen. We are part of the Locked On Podcast Network, and that is, of course, now the #1 sports podcasting network. I am a longtime sportscaster, a marketing consultant, and the host of the Believe in Vegas podcast. And Chris is the owner of Silver State Cards and Sports, and also the host of the Hockey News Collectibles Show. We are brought to you today by FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com, download the app today, sign up, and you could win $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So, Chris, the Golden Knights, they need a catalyst. I was just thinking about this, how they need a catalyst to get things started for them, to get things going as they start off a 4-game homestand. And it'll start off with Canada's team. You know, the Cowboys are America's team. The Ottawa Senators right now are the only team in playoff contention at American Thanksgiving. And who do you think the catalyst might be to get this team started tonight on this 4-game homestand?
I mean, Jack Eichel's got to be, right? Eichel's been the one that's, even when he wasn't scoring goals, he was getting assists and being effective out there. And I would like it to be anyone not on the top line. About that $12 million guy, Mitch Marner, who's starting to flirt with milk carton territory right now. He's not there yet. We got some time for that, but Marner certainly doesn't seem to be as effective maybe as he was to start the season.
Ottawa is a team that is in 3rd place currently in the log-jammed, I always say that word anymore, log-jammed Atlantic Division. How about 71 goals for, 71 against, 2-1 on this road trip as they defeated Anaheim and San Jose, and they fell 2-1 to the Kings on Monday night. And guess who might be in the lineup come tonight? Matthew Tkachuk.
Tkachuk, that always
Brady
makes
Tkachuk.
for
Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, Brady Tkachuk. Hello. And any Tkachuk brother, who cares? It makes for more entertaining hockey.
I got the entry on the Tkachuk brothers.
There you go. Exactly. The 1A and the 1B right there. But they don't put them in the same starting stall. They're always like across from each other, even though it's 1A, 1B. Yeah. News and notes on the Atlantic Division. The Toronto Maple Leafs are in last place. That's all I got to say about that. Looking at some of the lines here for Ottawa, Dave Perron's still going. I feel like he's about 42 years old right now. He's probably a little younger, but not much younger. Stützle, Batherson balanced out that top line. Dylan Cousins, part of that big trade with Buffalo last year with Zetterlund and Lars Eller. And then another familiar name, Mike Amadio. He has his own line. He's on the 3rd line with Shane Pinto and Claude Giroux, another one who's about as old as Dave Perron, maybe older. And then Stephen Halliday, Nick Cousins. This is former VGK North. This is a VGK's retirement home. And then a familiar name to maybe a few Golden Knights fans and definitely Mark Stone. Hayden Hodgson is the right winger on the 4th line. Who is Hayden Hodgson? Well, Mark Stone didn't even know if he was ever going to play an NHL game after this. In the 23-24 preseason, Hodgson takes a run at Mark Stone as a member of the LA Kings in a preseason game, starting complete mayhem on the ice. And there was a very boring preseason game, and then afterwards, Mark Stone just torched him in the post-game presser.
And again, back to Brady Tkachuk, though, you know, he's been out for over a month. He had some sort of a thumb injury, and he practiced yesterday here in Las Vegas as well as the day before. And Coach Travis Green, yes, that is their head coach. I know, remember him. Travis Green said that he will be back sooner than later. So what does that mean? That potentially means
if
that
it's Vegas land, probably about December 12th.
Yeah, if it's Vegas, but
I don't know what Travis Green's language is. We know Coach Cassidy's language is, what we're calling it day to day. If you end it with 4 now, you can add a month to month qualifier or less to it. So who knows? But Brady Tkachuk back in the lineup makes for more entertaining hockey, to say the least. And
be good.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, 10-5-4 is Ottawa without Tkachuk. So they have some chemistry without him. Again, the key in this game tonight, VGK has to possess the puck, take care of the puck, limit all of those turnovers, and win the board battles, which we saw even in empty net situations. They lost board battles twice the other night. And, teams are now, they're smelling blood when they take on the Golden Knights, and even when they come here, because this is a team that's slumping of late. So, again, we know the Golden Knights have had a target on their back, but now perhaps even more so now that they're slumping, and teams know that they could get the Golden Knights.
I don't know if Golden Knights are slumping. I don't know if they're slumping. I wouldn't say the Golden Knights are slumping.
1-2-2 in their last homestand, slumping.
In the last homestand, yeah, but now you factor they had a 6-game point streak in the middle of all that. They had a 3-game winning streak, I believe. So, it's just a lot of the balance of the league. And you look at what's happening, you have to acknowledge no William Karlsson and Mark Stone in the lineup. So that's certainly important. And we talked about the defensive metrics, which have been better than okay. They've probably been good even. So there's a lot to look forward to as the season progresses for the Golden Knights. This certainly hasn't been the best, call it 12-game run for the team if you look at it from a totality perspective. But the underlying metrics do suggest that things should be okay. Now, again, there's going to be more injuries once Mark Stone and William Karlsson come back. There could be a member of the D-corps that gets hurt. Could be another forward that gets hurt. So can the Golden Knights keep the chemistry going? And more importantly, can the third line continue to churn? Can the fourth line do anything? These are certainly some valid concerns, but slump is a little. Golden Knights aren't slumping.
They're slumping at home.
We'll reserve that for January, Tony. It's coming in January. This is middling. They're middling. They're in playoff contention on American Thanksgiving, aren't they?
All right. They are.
What happens tonight?
They are America's hockey team right now, and Ottawa is Canada's hockey team. Linus Ullmark, want to talk about him. He only has 8 wins in 17 starts, 8-5-4, 2.95, but it's a career worst in save percentage. I think it was 877 is what I pulled up. So this, I think, has potential to be a higher scoring game here tonight.
We'll talk about the odds later, but there's a 5.5, 5 and a hook out there right now with FanDuel, and it's pretty split on both sides. Exactly. Well, again, Golden Knight, VGK's defense has been okay, and Schmid's been okay. That's where that comes down to. And back to the keys of the game in the last segments, I think everything you said, board battles and all of that, yes, but I don't know if I heard. What's that?
That's so cliche, though. I'm just okay. It was just.
But I didn't hear on-time starts, and that's the key. I'll throw everything else out the window.
Is this a scheduled win tonight?
No, because it's not a back-to-back or anything. It's not a back-to-back. It is a weird game, though. It is the first game back from the road trip. Traditionally, teams have a slower start. Ottawa's in rhythm. They're right in the middle of a 7-game road trip right now, right in the middle of it. So they have a routine. They have a rhythm. Golden Knights come back home from a weird but still a road trip. And so first day back, that adjusting day, and then now it's back to work. So I could see Ottawa having a better start, but if VGK can have an on-time starts in a game when they're likely not going to, that would certainly help tilt things.
What would Bruce Cassidy say? Does VGK not start well and Ottawa does?
Wake up.
Oh, yeah, he would do 2 claps. It's 2 claps, bro.
I did 2 claps.
No, you just go ahead, do it again.
Wake up.
Oh, okay. We are waking up here, and we appreciate everyone tuning in. And when we return, I didn't even give a rundown earlier. Yeah. Go up last night. That's the RIP computer. The Predators and the Canucks make some veterans available, And will VGK be in the market for any of those? We could
All
talk about it next on Locked On Golden Knights. Let's be honest, most of us can't even name all of our financial accounts, let alone whether they have any kind of value, any kind of worth between 401ks, your savings accounts, your investments. It's easy to lose track, and that can mean leaving money on the table. That's why we started to use Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal financial tool. It's terrific, and it brings all of your finances to life in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop, which exploded this morning, or your phone. My phone's still working, so we are good. And Monarch, they have these visual dashboards and smart tools. It makes it so much easier to understand what's going on and where your money is going and how to make it work harder for you. So don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL at Monarch. Go to monarch.com. 50% off of your first year. That is monarch.com. Use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL for half off of your first year. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights, Turkey Eve. Turkey Eve.
Oh, I came through. I took a hit of the coffee and went ding, hit right off my darn tooth.
That hurts. Yeah, that's a stunner.
One right off the goalpost.
So when does the cooking begin in the Golick household? That's the question of the day.
It doesn't. We're going to my sister's and her boyfriend's house, and he's a former chef at a couple nice restaurants and stuff. So we got it good on Thanksgiving.
All right. We'll save some leftovers there for me and for all of our listeners and viewers, please. So a day after Barry Trotz went off, I need blank and more from you, much more. The Predators come back and give up 8 goals. I mean, they absolutely got annihilated.
How does Barry Trotz still have a job?
I feel bad for him because I always thought he's got to get back into coaching. He's just not a good GM, right? Maybe, perhaps, who knows? Remember, there was a time where I wanted him here in Vegas. Remember, I wanted him here. So this is a situation where perhaps from all sides, the patience is running absolutely thin. And there has to be a time now where they're going to unload players. And they will do this, I'm guessing, pretty soon in Nashville. The Preds are looking for a first-round draft pick and a top prospect for Ryan O'Reilly. And that's the top name that's out there that's circulating. Steven Stamkos's name is out there. And what I'm getting at here, there'll be shiny new toys. Any interest for those players or anyone else, first of all, from the Predators?
I mean, Barry Trotz is
you want Barry Trotz?
Hopeful for O'Reilly. It's you can wish from bad Santa, you can wish in one hand and poop in the other hand, see which one fills first. I think that's same applies for what Trotz is looking for right there. I mean, but before we get into VGK's side of this, and VGK does kick tires on everything. That's what a good GM does.
Champ.
It's an example of everyone accuses the Golden Knights. They get all the shiny new toys. Every free agent they're in on and everything. And I think what happened in Nashville validates that you don't just sign every new player on the market. And one day, Stamkos, Brady Shea, and Marchessault. And I just put a tweet out right before the show started here. The 3 of them this season, get this, and I'll look at the money in a second. But combined 8 goals, 9 assists, and a combined minus 42.
Ooh.
Say it again, minus 42. Financially, they are paying $8 million. They are paying $13.5 million. They are paying $20 million, over $20 million for that output. So, yeah, it's not like people think it's like playing a video game, like playing NHL 2026 or something like that, where you just sign everybody in the offseason and your team gets better. That's not exactly how it works. Now, on the Pred side, is there anyone that the Golden Knights would kick the tires on? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's a path to bring in a $7 million defenseman in Brady Shea at age 31, but someone like that can certainly help the Golden Knights as far as depth and everything. Marchessault, as much fun as it would be, I don't see a path to that happening unless
they're going to move. They'll move him. You think? I think they're going to move him.
The thing is, what are they planning on getting? You got $7 million for Brady Shea as a 31-year-old defenseman locked up through 2030. Marchessault's locked up through 2029, and Stamkos locked up through 2028. Stamkos is 35, Marchessault is 34. So they're going to try to move all of them. I mean, the hope. Listen, Trotz is digging himself out of a hole right now. Plan A was this team performs well with these major signings to assist players like Roman Josi and Philip Forsberg and stuff like that. Luke Evangelista on his way up, Matthew Wood, Svechkov. They got all this Ozzy Weisblatt. They got these awesome rookies coming up that could do well. And it seemed like Trotz thought there might be a perfect storm of the rookies on the rise and the veterans to carry. Well, the rookies aren't developed yet, and the veterans are beyond developed right now. So I think plan B for Trotz to save his job is to flip these veterans for assets that can possibly help the team now as far as prospects or, upper level draft picks. But who's going to Brady Shea's got the best trade equity, and I don't know if you can get a first round pick for him right now with his contract.
Meanwhile, in Vancouver, they are trying to move
one clown show to another.
I know they're trying to move all of their veterans, and a veteran is considered, they're just kids to us, but like in their 30s, early 30s, mid 30s. I think Evander Kane like 35 now. They're not going to be able to move Evander Kane, but Vancouver is a team that now has put on notice like that they are looking to have a rebuild. And so Thatcher Demko is injured, so they need a goaltender. Quinn Hughes' name is out there.
Aiden Hill, let's go.
So what about a proposed Lindbaum, White Cloud, but how would they handle Hughes $10.5 million?
Well, Quinn Hughes is the one that they're saying is not touchable right now. So
that's not what I saw. I saw that's a number one top name that's out there. So
last I've heard is anything besides Hughes is out there. But again, if it makes sense, it'll happen. Here's how confusing things are in Vancouver. They have Elias Pettersson, the 27-year-old Elias Pettersson. They got a defender named Marcus Pettersson, spelled the same way, 2 T's, 2 S's. Then they drafted another Elias Pettersson, who's a defender. So this is so confusing in Vancouver. Why would you do that, Vancouver?
Which one would you take? Like, are you saying?
Give me Elias Pettersson. I'm going to take one of the Petterssons.
Okay,
they're not related. No, nothing. This is so confusing. But I mean, listen, you got Brock Besser, $7 million, Jake DeBrusk, $5 million, Evander Kane. Evander Kane probably would have some trade equity somewhere, but there'd be a lot of salary retention. Okay. I think there's always a place for a player like him in the playoffs because he can score, he can muck it up. So I think there's a lot of possible suitors for Evander. Okay, I'll take Evander Kane in Vegas if they want to take half that salary.
Yeah, and most teams do.
Evander Kane or Kolesar in the lineup, folks.
Oh my goodness!
If you're saying the Kolesar side, you need to reevaluate your position.
Yeah, we need to do something on the napkin with Kolesar, man. I don't know what he's doing. But again, Elliot Friedman with Vancouver talking about unloading veterans right now.
11 points, Evander Kane, by the way. 11 points.
It's going to get interesting, man. It's going to be a lot of fun come trade deadline. But even so, even before that happens, I think we'll see a lot of movement. And I'm just curious. There's no U2 concert in sight for the Predators to
Wizard of Oz. They're going to see Wizard of Oz.
No, they're good, but they're going to nix it because they were bad kids. So you go to bed without your cookies and milk, like type of a situation. That was crazy. And then they went on that tear.
No Tin Man for you.
Oz never did give anything to the Tin Man that he didn't already have. Did you know
they have Ozzy? They have an Oz on Nashville. So there you go.
Calgary, also another team looking to unload players. The two names. Rasmussen is at the top. Nazem Kadri is at the top. So they're looking to move some pieces as well.
And the Leafs kick the tires on Kadri.
Do you still feel, before we go to break, I do, I still think that the Golden Knights need another defenseman. I think they need another defenseman to get to the wire.
I mean,
someone who can score, two-way player, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, listen, if these 6 defensemen are healthy heading into the playoffs, it's working right now. It's working. Can they handle the load in the playoffs? Maybe, but
White Cloud's
metrics, he's doing okay, Tony. He's doing okay.
Metrics. Yeah.
He's doing okay.
I go with the eye test, and so that matters more to me. I'm just not.
That's fair. I'm not going to argue that.
I'm not feeling it. Coming up next, speaking about not feeling it, do you feel the games of chance or whatever?
Terrible segue. Terrible.
That was a bad segue. That was bad. Locks, props, and chance coming right next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights. The best was the gong yesterday.
I just booed you.
The NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of a game or you want to ride the hot hand, then FanDuel has live bets on everything from who's going to score next to fourth quarter comebacks. That's right. Plus, you can even combine some of your live bets, and you could do so by getting out there that same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team is making that late push. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head on over to FanDuel.com. You can sign up. You can play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights, Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick reporting from Las Vegas. And we hope that everyone is safe getting around out there, travel, what have you. Please be safe. We want you back here after the holidays. So we
don't do anything stupid tonight. This is a big bar night. Don't do anything stupid.
You know what was crazy? So I was driving home last night late from the MGM Grand, and I'm driving past, the right before the airport connector, you see the line of cars going to the airport. And I've never seen so many cars in my life going to the airport last night.
One of the biggest travel days of the year, Tony.
11:30. Yeah. So I was over at the Players Era, and I mean, it's an unbelievable tournament that's going on. And next year they're expanding to 32 teams here. It's like the NCAA tournament in mid-season, in the early part of the season before conference play begins. But they do have something, I know that you teach your kids, the kiddos, good sportsmanship. Well, the top teams that are playing in the final, they have to go after point differential. You've got like Michigan. I mean, if you like the favorite in this tournament, you made bank. So keep this in mind, Golick, for next year when it comes to your handicapping and all of that.
This?
I didn't bet it. No.
No, can you? Is it?
Oh, yeah, you could bet the games. There's games. Yeah, you could. All the games are on the board. And so if one team is like a -12 favorite and you know that they have to get like 40 points there in point differential to move up and make more money, well, and each team is guaranteed $1 million in name, image, and likeness cash. This game has changed so much. So you have the teams that great sportsmanship. There's teams like bombing away in the final 10 seconds. Like it was insane. You got Michigan and Gonzaga in the championship game today. So it is that time of the day, that time, of course, for us to take a look at our picks, our locks, and all that, whatever. Tonight, I'm going to go with the Senators. And here's the matchup that decides it. It will be the third lines. Have you seen Ottawa's third line lately? What they have been doing? You've got the VGK alum, Michael Amadio, who you talked about earlier. So are they going to do a tribute video for him? No, not even one if he's in the penalty box. That was my favorite tribute.
They all got their tributes already.
Okay, so Amadio, Shane Pinto, Claude Giroux, and together they've only played 15 games together, but they have banked themselves 27 points in 15 games. They are sizzling. They are on fire, as they say in the game. And so it all started when they were playing against the Islanders, And Green says, you know what, this isn't working. He puts that line together and it becomes instant magic. And then on the other side, the third line for VGK, your guy, Brendan Saad, on the Brett Howden line. Brett Howden has his own line again, and Riley Smith. And their totals for the season, Saad 4 points, Howden 5 points, Riley Smith 6 points. So what is that? 15 points. And they're going up in just 15 games, a line that has scored 27 points. Take it to the bank tonight. They're going to go on goal differential. No, they're not. They're not doing that. But I'm going to go 5-3 Ottawa in this game tonight. Hurdle is hot. Take him. Dorofeev has to break out, and he'll ring the post twice, I think, tonight. I have one and a hook on Dorofeev hitting the post, but I'm going 5-3 Ottawa.
The line is weird again. It's tough to see value in the VGK side. They're minus 172, Ottawa plus 142. 5.5 over under, minus 122 if you want the over, even money if you're going to take the under. With Schmidt out there, things have been going better. You look at the Ottawa goaltending, I don't see a lot of faith that it'll be a lower scoring game. 4-2 Vegas, I don't like it, but I think that's the right side. Howden and Zach Whitecloud, since we brought up his name earlier. So we'll go with Whitecloud. A couple props very quickly. Eichel 4 shots on goal or greater plus 126. And then I like taking Bowman and Barbashev for a point apiece, minus 108 and even money respectfully. And then for my FanDuel single game parlay, first, second, third period, 1 goal in the first 10 minutes of each of the periods. I think both teams scored 2 or greater goals. I think Jack Eichel has 2 or greater points. I think the third period, the Golden Knights will turn it on. I'm taking the third period alternate puck line minus 1.5. $5 wins you $118 plus 23.60.
Okay, how much? What's your bankroll at? Negative
$5 times how negative 110. $5 times the number of games this season.
Okay, yeah,
it just takes one to get us even.
It just takes that one. It's just a matter of time before Bruce Cassidy fires away and says the word funk. So I'm still going to ride that. Is that on your? Can we do a same game parlay?
Not a funk yet. It's not a funk. They're middling.
They're in a funk
middling
though at home, and the fans are getting restless here. They're getting restless, and VGK is going to have to start producing here. American Thanksgiving. VGK,
troubled waters. Boom. Winner VGK.
VGK back at home for another holiday. That's the story. We're going to do a show tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day. It'll be a Thursday, Friday edition. So stay tuned for that. For my man, Chris Golick, I'm Tony Cardasco from Las Vegas. We'll see you again tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving Eve right here on Locked On Golden Knights.